Hello everybody, welcome to another video. I am live playing Fusion Football in the background, so if I pause during my sentences, that is why. So I'm gonna get straight into it. Today we're gonna be talking about the secret to blowing up on YouTube. It's not that big a deal, because I used to own a channel and I got absolutely screwed over by YouTube and their shadow bans. Yet, when I started this channel, I found a key that has already got me getting views and maintaining, well, I would say for my first few videos, a pretty good fan base. And thank you all for subscribing. I just reached 10 already. I am super grateful for that. Without further ado, let's get into it. So thumbnails. Thumbnails are a very key component to making videos. Because as someone who watches a lot of YouTube, we only care about what we see. Which would essentially mean something like this on the Bloxburg video I made. We don't care about the video's content if there's not something on the front to show us that it's something we want to watch. Therefore, it doesn't matter how low quality your thumbnails are. I made mine on Canva, for God's sakes, and they have pretty decent views. However, my one stream that I made on Siege without a thumbnail got 2 views, while the one I made on the Bloxburg live event got 18. That is 9 times the amount. So tip 1 is to make the best thumbnails you possibly can, because thumbnails equal visuals. People like colors, people like something that grabs their attention instead of them feeling the need to watch to get anything from it. Number 2 is loud commentary. Not loud as in, hey guys, it's me, but loud enough for them to hear with your own voice. Don't try corrupting it. I made mine British for a while. That was not a good idea. I still don't know why I did that. I was just insecure that maybe some people wouldn't like my voice, but if they don't like your voice, then they're not a fan. Just disregard them. It's kind of like with what happened with, hold on, with Corpse Husband. He was insanely popular, but because people didn't like his looks, they completely threw him away. And that is what I'm talking about. If someone is a true fan of yours, they will not care about how you sound. One other thing I want to mention, do not go for collabs with every other small creator you can find. I tried it on my old channel. I tried it with someone who had 1.8k. That was a lot compared to what I had at the time. And it didn't even surpass 5 views. So, you also have to have a good title, add emojis, not a bunch, but add emojis that make sense, big bold capital letters, and a lot of stuff that would just generally be whoa, this looks like a cool video. Because yet another reference I'm going to use was my Siege gameplay. It was just bland, no thumbnail, no emojis, just a basic sentence describing what the video was. And then yet again, with the Bloxburg one, I managed to get a bunch more views. I put emojis in the title, some big capital letters describing what was the main stream about, then that little extra bit of info that I did with my Siege afterward. So you want to grab their attention without wasting their time. That's the main key. And while there are a lot of key components, that is, on today's YouTube, one of the main ones. People don't want to be forced for knowledge. People want to enjoy what they're watching. So don't force them to have to educate themselves on what the video is. And for me personally, last but not least, we're gonna go with the kind of content you make. For example, I have stuck to Roblox for my last couple of videos. My problem on my last channel was that I was making Minecraft, Roblox, always streaming, never a video. When I did stream, there were no thumbnails. But whenever I made videos, there were no thumbnails. However, the day I started adding thumbnails, I actually started blowing back up. My first ever video with a decent thumbnail was a Minecraft story mode video, and it got like 200 views the first day. All because I put that little bit of care into making it one basic, bland thumbnail. Because I already showed them in that thumbnail what my video was. And since they knew that, and they knew that they didn't have to learn anything extra, they clicked on it. Alright, so for the recap section, I'll swap to a voiceover so I can focus more. So that's the end of this clip, and I will see you guys on the recap. Hello everybody, and for our recap today, this was on how to make the best video possible. So to start off, it's based on thumbnails, because people like to see something that they enjoy. If they see something they think is interesting, they'll click on it. They don't want to have to force themselves to learn what the video is about by watching it. They want to have convenience in what they're watching. Number 2, we have titling. In order to make your video not only eye-catching, but interesting, you want to have a big, nice, bold title. Have something with big letters, emojis, and the main event at the very start with as much color emojis as you can while still fitting the topic. Finally, stay consistent. If you make a video on something and someone subscribes to that, they want to see more of that. So if you swap up the games you play, you could potentially destroy your viewer base. Alright everybody, that was it for this video. I hope you all have a great day. Peace out.